Today we are going to round up my favourite gear releases from last month. Some of it is gear that I've acquired and some of it is going to be new gear that was released during the month, and we're going to round up all of the best pieces that I think should be on your radar. There's been a lot of really cool gear released so far in 2022, and it's a trend that seems to be carrying on as the months roll by. March was a particularly great month because there was a few premium builders and companies that released some really awesome gear. The first of those being Neural DSP. Now, Neural DSP have been at the forefront of modelling software for quite a while now, and everything they've released has been, one, absolutely amazing in terms of the audio performance, and it's been really well received by the guitar community as a whole, from those who are interested in just playing guitar recreationally all the way through to the professionals. Everybody raves about Neural DSP. And in March 2022 they released the Neural DSP Tone King Imperial Mark II plugin. For those of you who don't know, Tone King have been making some of the best amplifiers in the world for a number of years now, and the Tone King Imperial Mark II is pretty much the cream of the crop in terms of their most popular and most sought after model. The Imperial Mark II is voiced similarly to a Fender Deluxe Reverb. Just think perfect clean tone, awesome pedal platform, and all the features that you could hope for in a high-end boutique amp. So seeing this come out in a really accessible plugin at a really great price is something that was really exciting. I've tried quite a few of the Neural DSP plugins. I had the Corey Wong plugin, which was absolutely awesome, one of the best clean tones that I've ever played, and for modeling software I think it was absolutely incredible. I've also played some of the Pliny stuff, which was more I guess overdriven tones, a slightly different style in terms of the genre, but I was really impressed with both, and if that is anything to go by, then the Tone King Imperial Mark II is going to be just as good. Everyone's favourite internet guitar player, Mateus Asato, did an amazing promo video with Neural DSP to showcase the tones of this plugin, so if you haven't seen it, make sure to go and check it out. I'll link it down below so you can go and check it out, but the tones really do speak for themselves. And in the realm of modelling software and virtual amps, I'm also going to include the Revv D20 in this list. And although the Revv D20 wasn't released in March 2022, it was an amp that I acquired in March 2022. And I just wanted to come on here and just say how impressed I am with the Revv D20. I've had it now for coming up to a month. I've really delved into the virtual cab sim. I've used it with headphones. I've recorded with it. And the tones are absolutely awesome. I was very much reluctant to go down the virtual cab simulation, all of that kind of stuff. That route was definitely something that scared me at first. I definitely prefer good old-fashioned valve amps, but with the world being as it is and with technology advancing, it's time to really get on board with some of the more digital modeling stuff. Purely because now it is just really, really good. It's come on leaps and bounds in recent years. So if you've ever been hesitant or reluctant to go down the virtual route, then I think now is a great time to dip your toe in the waters, so to speak. Next, we have a release that was announced at the end of March, but is probably going to be actually available in April. And now is a good time to get on the pre-order list. And we are, of course, talking about Chase Bliss Audio. Joel at Chase Bliss has been making some of the most cutting-edge effects pedals for a number of years now, and you'll find them on the boards of all of the pros. They are really, really feature-rich, really original in terms of their sounds and their configuration. The designs are super interesting, and off the back of the success of their Automaton overdrive pedal, which was kind of like their preamp pedal with all the cool faders on there, and their collaboration with Meris on the CXM reverb pedal. It's been a really great few years for Chase Bliss, but they haven't released anything that hasn't been a collaboration or a pedal in their traditional lineup for a couple of years now. This is where the Habit Echo Collector delay comes in. Everybody loves a delay pedal. Delay pedals are awesome, and they've had some really great ones in their lineup over the years. The Habit seems to be a really unique take on delay, with it being described as a delay pedal with a memory. Now, that's a really, really interesting premise. It basically means that everything you play is stored in the background of the pedal to be used at a later stage, which means you can create some absolutely amazing soundscapes, and it becomes kind of like a sketch pad for guitar tones, which I think is a super interesting interesting approach. The Habit is definitely aimed at those guitarists and musicians who want to be really experimental in their approach to guitar tones, and it's definitely something that we should all embrace. This pedal has up to 1 minute of delay time, which is pretty much unheard of across the board when it comes to delay pedals, which means you can get really immersive, get really trippy, psychedelic, and everything that you create with this pedal is going to be super unique. It's really a voice in itself, and it seems like it's a great colour to paint with when you're coming up with interesting guitar tones. I love everything about the look of this pedal. The colours are amazing, the features are no doubt awesome, and I think it's definitely one that has a price tag to match. Obviously everything this good comes at a price, and I think this one is going to be retailing for around £400, which is an awful lot of money for a pedal, but is not out of the realms of possibility for a lot of audio units these days. The prices are going up and up because technology is advancing, feature sets are advancing, and no doubt you're going to definitely get your money's worth with this pedal. So great job, Chase Bliss. I'm also going to include another pedal in this list, and that's the 11 Circuits Double Pointy Fuzz, which is a fuzz that I collaborated with 11 Circuits on last month. I did a demo of the fuzz in a video a few weeks ago, so you can go down in the description, click on that link and check that out. But it's a pedal that I want to include because 11 Circuits are a really cool company to deal with, and it's actually a feature set that I think is really useful in a fuzz. The fuzz pedal itself combines germanium and silicon transistors, which you can switch between using the toggle switch on the front of the pedal. The fuzz characteristic is really musical. It's something that you can easily control, and the actual gain is preset within the pedal to be a slightly lower gain fuzz sound, because one of the main complaints that I've had with fuzz pedals that I've tried over the years, and I have tried quite a few, is that sometimes the gain on tap can just be way too much and it can muddy up your tone. Notes can be slightly undefined, and for solos and things like that, it's really easy to get lost in the mix if you don't use a fuzz pedal in the right way. And that's never been a problem with this pedal so far. Every note has a real articulation. The texture of the notes are really cool. Think Jimi Hendrix, Dole Bramall, Scott McKeon. Those were all of the key reference points that I gave the guys at 11 Circuits when I was talking to them about making this pedal. So if you are looking for a fuzz that is really manageable, maybe you're new to fuzz pedals and you're kind of not sure where to start, I think this pedal is going to be a great one to kind of kick things off with. I'm not being paid by 11 Circuits to make this video or plug this. I don't make any commission if you go and buy a Pointy Fuzz. It's just something that I believe in, that I think you guys should, go and check out. I stand behind it as saying that it's one of the best fuzz pedals that I've ever tried. Now, we are a guitar channel, so I do need to mention a guitar in this list to make sure that we're covering all areas. And I think the best guitar that has been released, well, since March 2022, has definitely been the new Yamaha Revstart range. Now, I've been a massive fan of Yamaha for years. Some of my favourite acoustic guitars to record with have been old vintage Yamahas. I've been a massive fan of a lot of their older stuff, the Japanese-made stuff, and I do have a real soft spot for Yamaha. The Revstart range was arguably put on everybody's radar in the guitar community when Chris Buck started playing a Revstart after collaborating with Yamaha on his own signature or personally spec'd Yamaha, I suppose. And he's definitely done an amazing job of promoting this latest lineup, which goes from really top of the line, high-end spec, typically what you would see as like a USA Fender, for example, all the way down to a more entry-level lineup, which would be, I guess, more in line with your kind of like Mexican Fenders, guitars that have arguably the same DNA, but just at a slightly more accessible price point, which I think is absolutely awesome, because these guitars with their P90 pickups, which is definitely the configuration that has always excited me the most, because especially hearing Chris Buck play them on his YouTube channel and in the promo stuff that he released with Yamaha, the articulation, the clarity, the tones that he's able to achieve with those guitars is just second to none. And with it being Yamaha, that the build quality, the finishing is all going to be amazing. They definitely have such great attention to detail with all of their manufacturing, and I'm definitely really looking forward to getting my hands on one and actually having a go and seeing if all that is true. So this one is kind of Slightly speculative, I suppose, but I do think that it is a really great move. Chris is such a great advocate of that particular brand and what he's done with that lineup to put it in front of as many people as possible, playing all the stuff that I resonate well with. It's just a big thumbs up from me. So great job, Chris. Not that I think he watches this channel, but still. So there we have it, just a roundup of some of my favourite pieces of gear that have come out in the last month or so. Let me know if you enjoy this type of video. If you want me to do one of these every month, then leave a comment down below and give the video a thumbs up. It's quite good to just go back and revisit some of the gear releases, just kind of keep up to date, see what's cool, because part of the fun of all of this is finding new ways to inspire us, whether that's through gear or new releases, all of that kind of stuff. It's all good fun at the end of the day. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell to get notified when I upload. New videos come out every Tuesday at 6 PM Greenwich Mean Time, UK time. And I would love to see you all in the next video. So, until then, keep playing guitar, and I'll catch you all soon.